Cemeteries fascinate me. I always drive by hoping to see a hearse or maybe a group of people weeping over an open grave. I don't know why. I've managed to avoid most of the funerals I should have gone to. There's so much sadness and whispering, and in my family, there's the heaviness of the truth not being told. When my Auntie Ruth died, people spoke for her at her funeral. And I wondered, who are they talking about? They described a caring, loving, generous woman. Certainly not the one we knew. In my family, we only tell the happy story, and we never speak ill of the dead. Except I just did. And we nod and smile, but barely. And try not to mess up our makeup. But mainly it's the open caskets that freak me out, the hands especially. They're supposed to look peaceful crossed over the heart, but they just look stiff and creepy. Unfortunately, I couldn't dodge this funeral. Wait, we're starting.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to honor our sister, mother, friend, daughter, colleague, coach, teacher, taken too soon, so much life unlived, so much to give.
I'm grieving. That's a good word, grieving. Appropriate for a funeral.
Born in Los Angeles, she was the oldest of 4 children and the only girl. Growing up, she lived all over the country, attending 9 different schools and graduating from college in her 30s. She was a good student and a practical person.
I came out of my mother's body in 1956 and caused her a lot of pain. I think I've spent most of my life trying not to do that anymore. When I was 6, I was scared to death. At school, I cried a lot. My teacher required me to make silly faces and laugh. The grown-ups said there was something wrong with me and I was causing a lot of trouble. I believed them. I was 6. How would I know? So it's no surprise to me that later in life, when I started speaking up, it often came out in jokes or with laughter. It was the only way I knew how to tell the truth and be a good girl. I'm grieving for that little girl. Maybe this is why I care so much about how I look. In one of my many self-development workshops taken in an effort to fix myself as though I were broken, a coach told me that when you finally evolve, you don't care about your hair or your makeup or how you look anymore. That's bullshit. But as much as I hate to see my neck turkey up, it's my energy that people notice. No one has ever said, dude, fix that neck. Instead, they say, I wish I had your energy and confidence. I think that's why the hands freak me out. There's no energy there.
She was married once and they produced a daughter before divorcing. In her grandma's days, she would have been considered an old maid.
I'm grieving for more than half my life spent in relationships that didn't fit me. It's understandable. In home ec, they taught me ways to please men. Not sexually, although that would have been more helpful. Now I'm talking about lipstick, high heels, cooking, manners, like that. My ever-present grandma always said, now dear, you just have to put yourself aside and go with what the man wants. Mom's relationship advice was, don't make yourself so available. I'm grieving for the years spent trying to follow this advice, trying to change myself so I could fit this school, fit this job, fit this man.
She was very responsible, organized, and conservative. She liked to color inside the lines. She noticed when birds drilled holes into trees in a straight line. She was a law-abiding citizen, stopping at stop signs and parking lots even when no one was looking. I can call her anal.
In 2010, a group of people in a leadership program told me a really cool thing about me is my eccentricity, my quirkiness. Can you say hallelujah? What a miracle to hear that it's okay, good even, to be an eccentric introvert. Plus, it explains a lot.
Later in life, she saw herself as a creative person, starting her stage career with an appearance on the Art Linkletter show as a baby. Many years later, she did some community theater and got on stage whenever she could, despite repeatedly bombing auditions. She also began a never-ending quest to mention vaginas in every conversation.
Eventually, my headstone will say born 1956, but it really should say born October 9, 2009, the date of my first solo performance. Little did Art Linkletter know what he started. Actually, it really started with a big fuck you. I liked making presentations, got into corporate training, liked to get the occasional laugh, so I did some improv, took some acting classes, went to stand-up school, but none of it really fit. Then I found out I could be on stage alone for 10 minutes. And I could do it just being me. No pleasing a husband, no being a good girl, no following any rules, no watching my mouth. It was a rebirth. I don't know who I was saying fuck you to. Maybe to my old life, half-lived. Because I found myself on that stage. I'm grieving for waiting for so long until there were more years behind me than in front of me. They say menopause is when you come into your power. For me, it wasn't menopause. It was monologues. Death is a little like vaginas. There's darkness and secrecy and fascination and smells. At it again, sorry. But just so you know, I was encouraged to say the word vagina 18 times when I was in the vagina monologues. I'm just saying. And who the hell brought this stupid thing in here? I thought the funeral instructions were very clear. In 2009, my computer died. It was reliable, compact, good-looking, and powerful. Although I didn't use it to my fullest capabilities, kind of like me. One day I just didn't wake up. That's an excellent way to die. Just don't wake up. Another good way to die is screaming down a hill on my road bike, balls to the wall, laughing hysterically. They say when you die, your face freezes with that final look. So in my balls to the wall scenario, I would die with an ear-to-ear grin. I would be in my coffin, smiling. And you can see all the time and effort I put into straightening my teeth. But that would be creepy, like the hands. It looked like the Joker in Batman.
She liked to shop at Ann Taylor Loft, and while she made some questionable fashion choices over the years, she found her style at last.
Oh my God, who dressed me? Pretty boring choice for my final outfit. Hello? Closet full of interesting clothes? Well. And these shoes. Totally do not go with this dress. The dress was a screaming deal, I will say that. And black is slimming. No roll around the middle for me today.
She was self-employed, owned a home, and diligently saved her money. She had one credit card. What? Oh, okay, sorry. No, that's wrong. She had two, Visa and Ann Taylor Loft. Behind her daughter, 3 cats, and an impressive collection of Stephen King novels.
I think most people want to leave some kind of legacy when they die. Some leave toys, money, infamy. The legacy I want to leave has nothing to do with that. Here's what the newspaper says. Christine Silver, born July 9, 1956, loving parent, devoted daughter, and caring friend, entered into rest in Santa Cruz, California. God, I hate that entered into rest crap. She was born Christine Lynn West in Los Angeles. She's preceded in death by her father, Tom, Aunt Ruth, Uncle Warren, and grandparents on both sides. She's survived by her daughter, Jessica, mother, Marilyn, 3 brothers, and several cousins. She graduated from San Jose State at 34 and had a fruitful career in human resources before starting her own business. For several years, she raced in triathlons. She was known locally as an award-winning pie baker, blah, 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 blah. I'm not worried about you speaking ill of me. Please just don't speak blandly of me. Here's what I wanted to say. Christine reconciled the past and began to love herself. She learned to trust her gut and forgave herself for all the decisions she made because they looked good on paper, even though her gut was screaming, "Don't do it!" She passionately believed that your body tells you the truth if you will only listen to it. She spread this message through performing, blogging, speaking, and coaching. She was affectionately known by some as a truth hoe, and by others as the Barbie lady. She was a Fruit Loop, a half bubble off plum, earnest, capable, and brave, and a hell of a good pie baker. Folks, don't wait until the end of your life to start living it. What are you waiting for? And for God's sake, write your own obituary before somebody else beats you to it. My friend Steve tells a story about a ghost light. The janitor at the Broadway Playhouse leaves the light on at night for the ghosts of people who performed there. I came alive on that stage. I hope he leaves the ghost light on for me tonight.